I'm David, and I moved to Los Angeles about 7 years ago from Toronto. And my first few months here was quite the hazing process in regards to parking tickets. I got my car towed the first time in a residential area, cost me about $300, and then shortly after that I got hammered with parking tickets left or right. And I consider myself a pretty responsible person. I'm not the one that's going to intentionally disobey the law. I felt like I looked at the signs, but again, I'm a human, so I made a human mistake. And I still get tickets to this day from time to time, not as frequent, but again, that's just from me being a human. Again, I make mistakes, and I'm not a robot. So when I get when I get a ticket, it really kind of makes me feel like someone has reached into my personal bank account and taken my money against my will. I feel completely out of control. There's nothing I can do. And it's not like it's speeding where it's intentional. It's a mistake. It's a human error for the most part. And again, I simply forgot. And again, I'm not a robot. I can't remember all the time. So a few years ago, I parked in a residential area near Larchmont, that area where all the coffee shops and stuff are. And I looked at the sign, and it said street clean from Wednesday from 10 to 12. I said to myself, today's Tuesday, I'm in the clear, I'm good. And when I came back 20 minutes later, I had a parking ticket. And lo and behold, it was actually Wednesday. Now, that was a stupid mistake on my part. But again, my excuse is I'm a human, I'm not a robot, I make mistakes. Just like everybody in this room, we all make mistakes. So I was looking at the internet last night, and I was trying to find a picture that emanated what I actually felt when I got a parking ticket. And this is how I felt for at least a week. I felt so stupid. How could I mistake Tuesday for Wednesday? And that is probably my expression for the whole day. I really can't think of any other situation where you're punished so harshly and so ruthlessly for a human error. Again, it's not like speeding. You forget your bill, you're going to get a warning. You're not going to get hammered. Even you can talk your way out of, you forget to pay your rent. You can probably talk your way out. This, no offense or buts, you're getting hammered with a really bad fine. Timers, alarms, notes, reminders, decoding the parking signs, you name it. I mean, they work for the most part, but again, things always slip through the cracks, and you end up getting a parking ticket, and you blame yourself for it. You get really upset, and I want to remind you that you're a human. You're not a robot. You can't be perfect all the time. And every single friend that I've talked to in Los Angeles and every other city, when I bring up parking tickets, they have the same undertone. They feel helpless, they feel angry, and they're frustrated with it. And everybody I know has had a parking ticket at one point in time. And when I came up with this solution, it was not a business model. It was not the intention of being a venture to make money. It was simply all of the above that I've talked to, the frustrations that I've accumulated over the years, that I really felt like there was a solution. There has to be a solution of some sort. And there we go. Before I came up with a solution, I had this idea, and I looked up in Google to make sure that there wasn't any other ideas, and this is pretty much what I found. There's parking apps that had, find a lot, find a this, but there is no app out there that is going to actually prevent you from getting a parking ticket that I know of. So every year, and this is some of the interesting information. I have some data, feedback I want to give you guys about parking authority in Los Angeles alone. Every year, Los Angeles earns approximately up to about $200 million a year just from LA. That doesn't include the adjacent cities, Burbank, Santa Monica, or Culver City, Pasadena, Beverly Hills. If you combine all of that money, you're talking about a staggering amount. And if we combine all the cities in the United States and then worldwide, we're talking about $1 billion revenue every year. That's a big business for the cities. Even this year, Mayor Garcetti implemented or had hired 60 more parking authority trained specifically to increase the revenue flow of parking. they're all kind of messed up here. There we go. This is where we are in the parking revenue. We're not even, I don't even think a third of New York. So, and UPS alone gets hammered with $200 million a year in parking tickets just in New York City. That's it, not including any other city alone. So, there's another interesting fact about parking tickets is there's a company called Lockheed Martin. I think most people know of it as a plane manufacturing company. They actually won the bid, and they're the ones that issue parking tickets, not the city. So they're the ones that are accumulating the money, and they give a cut to the city, and then the rest goes to them. So this is a corporation now. We're not talking about nonprofit. We're not talking about a deterrence. We're talking about a corporate entity that is in the game now purely for profit. And you've got MBAs in the game that are constantly tweaking things. They're going to find ways to maximize profit. And this is not what I believe. This is the fuel of fire that I had that I don't feel that as a city people should have. This is not fair. And we do make mistakes. I'm not saying that anti-gridlock is wrong. I'm just saying that we have human error. So how are we going to solve this problem? And how did I come up with a solution, or I thought I'd come up with a solution, and that is Parking Angels app. And what is Parking Angels app? Parking Angels app is a crowdsourced system where we are going to be releasing into phases very shortly. Phase one, we're going to be doing data accumulation, and that's through crowdsourcing. We're also going to be implementing gamification, rewards, and a social platform to make the app fun. So it's not just an app that's going to be accumulating data. We're going to be giving back. In phase one, we ask all the users, this will always be free. Users take out their phone, just take a quick snapshot of a parking sign anywhere you want, and we do the rest. So they don't have to worry about what's going on, they don't have to plug anything, take a quick snapshot. Once we've accumulated enough data, and we move on to phase two, which is, there we go. Phase two, we expect to be inserting the heart into the app that will breathe life and to give back to you guys. So that way we'll be able to send notifications whenever you are parked in a violation. If you're in a violation, we'll send you a notification before you're in a violation. So you park your car, you go do your thing, you have a date or you hang out with your friends, and then you're going to get a notification before you're in violation. So it's up to you to go move your car, do what you got to do. But we want to remove the human error element out of it and insert the computer system with that. Now phase three, we want to make the app run autonomously in the background, so you don't have to interact with it. It just does its own thing. It uses all the technology in the phone, so that way they know when you are. We know that when you stop. We use a lot of mathematics to assume whenever you stopped, whenever you're in a gridlock or you're on the highway and you stop for 10 minutes, we're not going to be activating it. So we've been working on that. We also want to integrate electronic meters, so that'll be in there, so you can pay through your phone, so you can reload your meter, and also you can find out where there are vacant meters. That'll be another addition on there. In phase four, we are looking forward to integrating this into driverless technology. So most driverless vehicles can get you from point A to point 0.75, but they're not going to be able to get you to that parking spot. So how are they going to do that? You've got to disengage the driverless vehicle, and then you've got to find that parking spot yourself. So we want to integrate that into driverless technology, so that way it can actually truly get you from point true A to point true B.
1 minute.
Okay. And there we go. So this is, I guess, my little final slide. And with that said, I really hope that you guys will go on to Parking Angels app and support us. Sign up. It's always free. No credit cards. We're not going to spam you or anything like that. We will send you an install link whenever we're going to launch. So you'll be the first to get it. And we will also be selecting certain beta testers too. And that's pretty much it. And we also have a few of these parking tickets. These are not actual parking tickets, but we put these on the dashboards of cars, and we can see the 180 of people pulling their hair, and yelling. And when they grab it, you can see when they turn around, they have a smile on their face. I was actually pretty concerned about the reactions, but it's a 180, and people are happy. And unbelievable response. I literally have a 20% retention rate or a sign-up rate off these. It's ridiculous. So people are here, people love it, and they're ready to change, the community and change the exploitation and allow you guys to have more of a choice of whether you're going to actually get a ticket or you're not.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.